I'm Kumar Rakesh, and you're watching Global Governance News TV. Today, many news highlights. The Congress, this PM address, PM Modi addressed the startup conclave in Madhya Pradesh by virtual um, address. Sonia Gandhi in the blast BJP and others in the Congress Central Civil. And Owaisi just doing the so-called politics in the name of Gyan Babi Mandir Masjid Vivad controversy, and new probe team will be the know more about the Kashmiri Pandit and all what murder yesterday killed, murdered by a terrorist, and today the government has find out the terrorist and they also killed by the police. So now news in detail. Sonia Gandhi just and today Congress Central Sivir in Udaipur, Rajasthan, just reacted, and just for the Congress also, so faced with the unprecedented situation, time for the Congress to self-reflect and subsume personal aspirations. Our resurrection will happen only through the big collective efforts and cannot be put off. So there is 3 days campaign. Chintan Sivir started till 15th of May. Today is 13th May, and also blast the government and the governance. And signaling the Congress is planning to roll out some drastic changes in its organizing setup. Party president, actually technically she is working president, acting president, you say. Sonia Gandhi said on Friday, it was a time for the party to self-reflect a situation the party is confronted with its unprecedented extraordinary situation. And she said, call for extraordinary measures. Every organization, not just for being alive, but to surge ahead, will have to make changes within from time to time. There is strong need for reforms, shift in strategy, structural reforms, changes in day-to-day work, in a way that is the most fundamental issue. But I want to stress for resurrection will happen only through the big collective efforts. And collective attempts attempt cannot be put off and will be postponed. This is an influential step for the journey. And he's also just said party has given so much to all, so time has come to repay the debt, and there is nothing more important on this. And strengthen the organization, determination, and unity. This is for the party front. But another, he is stressed for the on Modi government, blast like anything. So, what is the blame and claim? Modi government has brutalized minorities, kept country permanently polarized. So, we can understand the sense of Sonia Gandhi, how she is talking like that. Modi government has brutalized minorities. And yesterday, we all world saw just already that clip has been seen by the whole world. Ayub Bhai Patel of Bharuch, how congratulating Prime Minister Bhai Modi with his daughter. He is Divyang. How just he had just blessed Prime Minister Bhai Modi for his good work. How just say the name of the Biklang change the Divyang, and how the monthly for the scholarship. He has 2 daughters. How the monthly scholarship is going to directly in his account. They should, Congress leaders should also focus on that. Good is good, bad is bad. And he just become more fairly clear. Prime Modi and colleagues really mean their frequently repeated slogan, maximum governance and minimum government. That was the example. Everybody should see it. It means keeping the state of permanent polarization, compelling people live in constant state of fear and insecurity. Where fear is insecurity? Fear in Congress for sustaining the go with. There is so many groups, G20, 3, others groups. Congress in the verge of just, I think, split. Have mounted the fierce attack on the Narendra Modi government, accusing LSD victimizing and brutalizing minorities, glorifying the killers of Mahatma Gandhi and keeping the country in a state of permanent polarization. Brutalizing minorities and victimizing. Jagirpuri case recently, Who is victimizing to whom? Who is threatening to whom? 2020 riots in Delhi. The AAP party member, Tahir Hussain, already just uh, accused by the court, honorable court. Congress should also talk like that, should be also says like that. This is another polarization. What they have done, they also understand. And she said the fires of the hatred and discord that being ignited maybe have its toll on people's lives. I think Sonia Gandhi reads this speech. Nothing applies to mine, as I think. As I covered Congress also, I have seen. This is a brainstorming session. Now, no Sankalp CV. That was not never word in the Congress. They all are taken from the BJP culture. Fact is fact. Truth is truth. Everybody should accept it. See that Modi government, he attacked. At least the Modi regime was threatening, intimidating political opponents and misusing investigating agency against them, eroding the independence and professionalism institution of democracy with reinventing history. I think Sonia Gandhi's memory loss during her government, the stamp government, and led by the last 10 years, how just you run the government with the Sardar Manmohan Singh. And who is victimizing to whom and who are using the government agencies to threatening the others. I could not get it. How just Sonia Gandhi is saying like that. By now it has become the painfully clear Prime Minister Modi and her colleagues really mean the frequently repeats of maximum governance is or minimum government is already obvious seen. Many government reforms in the governance has been done. Just see how the income tax is working on, how the municipality is working on, how the most of the 40 services, general services is just online. They should also understand what is development is going on. If there is not, they have every right to criticize. Elaborating it means viciously targeting, victimizing, or brutalizing minorities, integral part of society, equal citizen of republic. How? Why and what for? The most peaceful state of the country, of the world, Rajasthan, is under fear, under target by the just minorities are targeting majorities. I think Sonia Gandhi may forget in his ministry, during his governance, Abdul Rahman Antule was dropped. His only just fault was there. He just demanded in Jammu Kashmir, Hindu should be treated as minorities. That is only fault. As I talked to him that time, I remember. Now, 9 states are in Hindus are in 9 state minorities. Already appealed to the court. Government of India, Modi government also should look into that. How they have become minorities and what reason behind it. Only the population drive. So I think only you say that is not correct. You should see the country, face the situation, go for the right way. Then you can just win the heart of the people. And as you say, pluralities are divide us, subverting the carefully nurture of unity and diversity. It means threatening and intimidating political opponents, maligning their reputation, jailing them on film secret, misusing investigation agencies. But you have jailed so many leaders. Everybody, I think memories are memories. Sonia Gandhi say the targeted BJP dispensation. It means the while reinvention of history, constant degradation of our leaders, especially Jawaharlal Nehru, systematic moves to distort, deny, and destroy their contribution, achievement. It's like, sorry, no, is just to distort, deny, destroy their contribution, achievement, sacrifices. Actually, there are so many blunders during the division of the country, during the independence of the country, where we are taking the powers from the English. The matter of history, fact is fact, truth is truth. No is glorifying the killers of Mahatma Gandhi and their ideologues. How Mahatma Gandhi done? Everybody knows 1925, the founder of RSS. Why just they came out from the Congress? He was member of Congress. So history actually, whatever you have done the wrong, you will just see the wrong. And also the principles and provisions of Constitution, pillars of justice, liberty, equality, fraternity, secularism, and said the got turning a blind eye to continued atrocity across the country. Weaker section, especially Dalit Adivasi women, please still the case. We can compare the study how the just turning blind eye to continued atrocities across the country, where you should place the facts, data, all available now. Recently, the already started Niti Aayog has organized a on data analytic conference. Figure the make the because he make the corporate India, civil society, and media fall in line. Already, you have the made the so many media is corrupted that time. How the NDTV is going on, and other sources. You have the National Herald, all the things of National Herald and Navjeevan, whatever is going on. You're also talking about. So I think whatever she said, I think she should talk with the sense of the documents. That will be good. That should be good. Only just alleging to any person, either the Congress and either BJP is alleging to Congress. I think with some facts, with documents, that will be more communicative. Not like the Arvind Kejriwal type. This is the slip. When I come in the government, I'll behind the bar. The Sheila Dikshit will be in the jail. What happened? He's a trainee of the Indian politics, just learning from the BJP and Congress. But now he's going far away. So there is so many speeches on the majority and BJP and uh, investigate LFM and all things, MSME, unemployment. He's focused and also to try to strengthen his cadres. That's good. That should be. This is your right. But if you criticize and just targeted anyone, you should understand. So this was the already the speech of Sonia Gandhi. And now we see so-called politics on the Gyan Vapi Masjid, Mandir. I'll say the Mandir, not the Masjid. How is saying like that? You should understand. So I'll talk about the Gyan Vapi Masjid and about the Jammu Kashmir. At the time of break, after break, we'll discuss on this point. Just welcome after break, and just we're talking about the today news, and I'm talking about the Gyan Vapi Masjid Mandir Masjid controversy and a statement of Mr. Owaisi. Incidentally, he is a member of parliament also. AIMAM, All India Majlis Ta'awul Muslimin Chief Asuddin Abbasi turned the Gyan Vapi Masjid verdict a blatant violation of Places of Worship Act of 1991. But he is also a scholar, barrister from London, and as per Act, no person shall convert any place of worship for any religious denomination of any section thereof than place of worship of different section of same religious denomination or different religious denomination or any section thereof. So Owaisi remark came after the Varanasi court while hearing the matter on the Thursday, last day, and on 12th May. The survey inside the Gyan Vapi Mosque located next to the Kasi Vishwanath Temple continued report needs to be submitted by May 17. The court in Varanasi also had two advocates to survey commission. He said court decision also violation of Supreme Court judgment in the Babri Masjid title dispute. So how just the Supreme Court today reserve his order and no interference in the court decision of the Varanasi, and that will be survey will be on. They are trying to stop the survey and tying the blatant violation of Worship Act 1991. What is your birth date of Mr. Owaisi? You know the birth of the Sanatan Hindu culture? You don't know or you don't want to know. And you are taking challenge always the court. Just you and cry all false things. You're taking the 497 years for Babri Masjid, Babri Dhacha. So I think Owaisi politics is going to off now, and the All India Muslim Personal Law Board and Masjid is going to go to What is the All India Muslim Personal Law Board? There's a fake agency created by that time Prime Minister Indira Gandhi, just to appease the appeasement politics. I have lost one masjid. How does a Babri Masjid? How you lost? Nonsense. How can you talk like that? You're a member of parliament. You should talk the sense. I think you should understand, Mr. Owaisi. This is the now the Hindus, the majority of the country have awakened now. That is a problem for you. In this government, Modi government, there is no appeasement policy. But you should understand and learn. The video clips, just see how PM addressed Abu Ayub Bhai Patel of Bharuch with his daughter, how Pradhan Mantri, Prime Minister Narendra Modi is doing for the minorities. You should see and react. That Muslim, he was just Divyang, no eyes, blind person, and praising Modi like anything. Every month, how the scholarship is going in his account for the just maintain their daughters, his daughters. This is a real Bharat, India. You should understand. Don't play with the sentiments of the illiterate Muslims. Literate Muslim will not go with you. You have seen your result in UP politics recently, 1 year back, and West Bengal politics 0.2%. So don't play with the sentiments of that people in the name of masjid and all. Don't argue uselessly. You know, Gyan Babi Masjid have the more proofs that is already seen outside and inside. That is the clear. This is a structure that is already done by the Aurangzeb. That time you are praising Aurangzeb, you should same on that as an Indian and Bharatiya Hindustani. If you are, your brothers and your family is praising Aurangzeb, what nonsense you are trying to do? There is no praising in Pakistan and Bangladesh and more than 50 countries. You like that. You like the Muslim. Understand the sentiment of the country, and please do according constitutionally. You talk in the constitution. There is no violation of the constitution. BJP is nothing to do it. RSS nothing to do it to Gyan Vapi controversy. Court is doing. Peoples are doing. That is already papers. That is encroached land. That is not the government and BJP others. That is honor is a private person. He is Hindu. They are only just on the Gauri Shingar puja on that place. And fact is fact. Satyameva Jayate. Truth must prevails. So you should understand how the country is going on. Fact is fact. 1669, Aurangzeb just crushed distorted all the mandir temple structure. You know the history? Mr. Owaisi, time has gone. Please try to understand. You are living in the different Bharat, different India, different Hindustan now. So now I'll talk about Kashmir, how it's trying to the man of the Owaisi and just promoted by this man, as I think. So a special team to prop the Kashmir Pandit. Murder after outrage in Valley. Amid shock over the killing and outrage against the central government, Lieutenant Governor Manoj Sinha tweeted about the formation of SIT. And today, already his decision has taken to constitute a special investigative team to probe all the aspects of despicable terror attack. The SHO of the concerned police station also attached. And this is really Mr. Manoj Sinha ji, but whatever doing, but you should do the harder way. And that a special investigative team has been formed to investigate death of Kashmiri Pandit Rahul Bhatt, youth working in the office. Person went to there, asked the name and sought them. But terrorists by Jammu Kashmir, Badgam district, and shock over the killings and outrage. So everybody should understand. JK administration to provide a government job to Rahul Bhatt's wife in Jammu and financial assistance to the family. Government will bear the educational expenses of daughter. The second tweet, according to Mr. Manoj Sinha, Rahul Bhatt employee with Tahsil office in the Badgam district in the Chardora was shot by terrorists in Badgam on Thursday, yesterday, on 12th May. critically injured. He was shifted to a local hospital where he died later. And second, Kashmiri Riaz Ahmad Thokar, a police constable and resident of the Pulwama, who also died being shot by the terrorists at his home on Friday. So I think you are not sparing you are really a brutal person. The terrorists are terrorists. They are not saying Hindu and Muslim. The killings have outraged the Kashmiri Pandit community valley, who are blaming the central government for the attack. Jammu Kashmir has been under central rules since I think 2019. After the killing of Rahul Bhatt, overnight protesters held the parts of Kashmir Valley, demanding safety. Kashmiri Pandit, that is the central government, has filled them. So that is also a matter of concern. This should be, I think, government should be should understand what is going on, what is not. I think government will take the action and trying to be and a strict action. And today, I think the two terrorists also killed by the police, local police, after tracing them. This is also development simultaneously. So I think no, so Owaisi type person should not bring the wrong narrative for the country. He is a member of parliament elected by the Hyderabad, so should understand the sensitivity and not create the divide between the Hindu, Muslim, and others. We all are Indians. I think your ancestors were also Hindus, according to facts, and most of the Muslims in country, ancestors were Hindus. 3 years, 100 years, 200 years back. So this is a fact. So thank you very much. Just listening presently our news analysis of today, and we'll meet again. Share, like, and subscribe the Global Awareness News TV and promote our nationalist movement for the journalism. Thank you very much. Jai Hind, Jai Bharat.